call. Here's the reasons why I do not recommend cold calling. That's what we're gonna talk about in today's video. Well, first of all, I want to ask you a question. How do you feel when somebody actually cold calls you, right? Think about that telemarketer or that person that sells, products, and they're always calling you and talking to you about, do you want to buy this thing, or this new thing just came out, you want to purchase it, and what do? You see their name and you hang up. Or what happens when a cold caller, somebody you don't absolutely know, calls you, and what do? They're like trying to do small talk and you're like, okay, who are you? I don't know you, and you're hanging up. You're busy. Nobody has time to actually take cold calls from people. So I absolutely don't recommend cold calling or being a cold caller or cold calling people that do not know you, is because it's highly ineffective, and the conversion rate for cold calling is very, very low because people's guards are up. Also, the amount of marketing messages that we get every single day are in the thousands, from emails to videos to social media to television to Netflix. We're constantly being marketed to, and so people's they don't really want to hear it, they don't really want to see it, so they kind of just zone out, right? So when you do something like cold calling, the person on the other end of it does not know who you are. They don't know if you're trying to get money from them. They don't know if you're actually real. Are you trying to scam them? They just don't know. So they're fearful and they're afraid and they're busy and they want to be with their family and they don't have a lot of time. So when they see a call from someone that they do not know, it's very ineffective and conversions are very, very low. So what do you do instead of cold call? Well, I want you to think of it. If you saw somebody call you and one person was your best friend or somebody that you see all the time on social media, maybe it's Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins or Oprah Winfrey, because you know them and you thought they were calling you, you'd probably answer the phone, right? Because it wasn't a cold call. They had already developed a relationship with you. Now, how did they develop a relationship with you? Do you actually know them? I mean, I would probably say that most people watching this, they don't know Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins or Oprah Winfrey personally, but because they have properly marketed to these people, they've added value, you've watched their videos, you've listened to their podcast, you saw Oprah for years. If you saw that they were calling you, you would answer that phone. I know I sure would. In fact, Oprah, Gary, or Tony, you can call me anytime and I will absolutely answer your phone call. I don't care what I'm doing. That's the kind of relationship that you want to have with your community, with your prospects. When your prospects feel like they actually know who you are, and it's not something that they don't know on the other end of the line, they're going to answer. It's just like if you see your mom call, or your dad call, or your best friend call. Or maybe it's like your barber or your dentist. Because you know them and they've added value and you have a relationship, it's not a cold call. So you're thinking, well, Krista, how do I actually do that with my entire neighborhood? Like, I'm trying to get more seller leads, I'm trying to get more buyer leads, I'm a realtor, I'm trying to work with more people in my community. How do I go about contacting them where it's not a cold call? Well, here's how you do it. You start, number one, by winning before you arrive. Now, Krista, what do you mean by winning before you arrive? What I mean is that I want you to start creating content, video content that adds value, that serves, not just sells, right? That really helps people. And you take that video content, you put it in front of your community, and you let them get to know you by adding value. You talk about real estate. You talk about things that aren't just real estate, right? You talk about things that they can do to enhance their life. How can they save time? What are the hacks that you learned? What's something cool you did? What was something fun in the community? And you speak directly to their soul, kind of like you watch a reality TV show. Did you know that reality TV shows are one of the most watched TV shows? I personally don't like them, but people love them because they're obsessed with people's lives. When you create video content and you speak to people's problems, you speak to their pains, you add value, you help them get to what they want in life. What are their beliefs and aspirations? Where do they want to take their kids over the weekend? Where do they want to go? What do they want to do? When you create video content that does that, when they start watching you, believe it or not, they actually are developing a relationship with you. And it's called a parasocial relationship. Well, what's a parasocial relationship? Well, research shows that because of us watching television when we were younger from the boob tube, and because of how the world works, kind of like when you watch a television show with your favorite character. Think about how many times you've laughed for your character, you've cried for your character, you've gotten mad at somebody for your character because you love this character and you feel like you know them. In fact, if you see them at the store, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I know you. We're friends, right? But they don't know you, you just know them. That's a parasocial relationship. So now, imagine this. Let's change it around. Imagine you're somebody who's been creating content, right? And you're creating video content that's actually being seen. That's another whole topic we need to talk about. How do I create video content that people actually see? But when you create video content that people actually see and they're watching you, they're learning who you are, they're getting to know you as a person, as a person personally and as a professional. You're developing that parasocial relationship with them. You are breaking down their barriers, showing that you're the authority, showing that you're the expert, getting them to trust you and getting them to feel like they actually know who you are. Then all of a sudden, if they see your name on the phone or you go to their home, it's not like a cold call, because it's not a cold relationship anymore. It's a warm relationship that you've nurtured and they feel like they know you. And that is called winning before you arrive. You are adding value, you're helping people, you're letting them get to know you so that when they actually meet with them, whether it be on a listing appointment or an appointment with a future realtor you want to work with or future buyer you want to work with, when you see that person, whether it's through a cold call or through an in-person connection, it's not cold, right? Because you've won before you arrive. So cold calling, don't do it. And here's the deal. Is it okay to call people, to call leads, which every lead is just a person? Is it okay to call them after I've marketed to them for a series of time? Absolutely it is. In fact, you see these funnels right here? So we've generated over $35 million, probably closer to $40 million online in the past 4 years, okay? In fact, last month alone, we did over $4 million of sales. People, and I'm not talking, we sold that many. We had $4 million of income coming in from real estate agents and lenders across the nation just last month alone, over $4 million. Each of these is a funnel. And actually at Funnel Hacking Live, Russell Brunson had me speak at Funnel Hacking Live. Russell Brunson is one of the best digital marketers in the world. He had me talk about why my funnels, why my online marketing converts so well. And do you wanna know why it is? Because I'm teaching people how to win before they arrive. I'm winning before they arrive. You're watching this video right now and you're starting to get to know me and you're starting to realize like, hey, maybe she knows what she's talking about, right? I'm winning before I arrive. So now if I ever was to cold call you, or if I asked you to go to a certain seminar or a training, you already have developed a relationship with me, so my conversions are much higher. That is why this works so well. That is why Russell Brunson had me speak at Funnel Hacking Live on this strategy. What do you do prior to getting that lead? How do you get that lead to convert? You get it by developing a relationship. You get it by not cold calling. You get it by warm calling and hot calling. How do you have a warm phone call? You develop a relationship. So I'm Krista Mashore. Hope this is helpful. Let me know what else you need, how else I can help you. And remember, when you do what you love, people love what you do, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.